So welcome back to Athlone for the last of the third level finals of the season, the Rustlers CUFL Premier Division final. It's IT Carlow against University Limerick. Teams are in the tunnel, but let's quickly run through the sides for this decider for you. IT Carlow with a very strong selection. 3 of these will be in action for the Irish University side next week. They're coached by Tom Elms, also in charge of the Wexford Youths women. It's a good bench for them, likes of Shane Martin, Chris Connors, who've been regulars for them, and Ben Brown-Roach also. University Limerick came so close to winning the Collingwood Cup, but since then they've had victory in the Harding Cup for freshers, for first years. Ed O'Dwyer and Elia Corcoran were key during their run in the Collingwood Cup. And on the bench, Adam Foley, Sean McSweeney, both in action yesterday for Limerick. Now, Aaron Navian. And our match referee for the final, Declan Toland, assisted by Paul Malone and Ray Cullen, the 4th official, Paul Tone. So good evening from Will Downing and Johnny McDonnell as we reach the final of the Rustlers CUFL Men's Premier Division and the final moments ahead of this big decider. Terry McCarthy, the chairman of the CUFL, meeting the teams. They have already met so far this season and 6 goals shared between them. It will be an interesting one tonight.
UL, a great victory against UCD in semi-final. I know, although on penalties, Will, but brilliant victory for them. I seen them against UCC earlier in the campaign in the Collingwood final. Very, very unlucky not to come out with the trophy that day, and they'd be really pushing to get a victory here today. Now, in saying that, Carlow IT will, you know, they've got a strong squad. First of all, they're definitely going to miss Alan O'Sullivan. He's an ankle injury.
So a match referee for this decider, Declan Toland. The assistants, Ray Cullen, Paul Malone. The 4th official is Paul Tone.
Yeah, I think they definitely will miss Alan O'Sullivan. He's a prolific goal scorer over the years. And but look, the Shane Barnes up top there, and Sean Hurley, who create a lot of problems for UL today. Kieran McDade and Dean Kelly in midfield, they'll be looking to pull the strings for Carlow IT. And if they can get into the game early, they might be able to control it. But in saying that, you've got Ed O'Dwyer, quite impressive, and Alan Murphy. I've been impressed with both of them when I've seen them play this season. And there might be a surprise that Donald O'Connell, there might be a lad that we might see come into the game today. So surprising Adam Foley, scored lots of goals for them this season. I know he played for Limerick yesterday, and he's got 11 goals this season. Got a strong bench, Sean McSweeney as well on the bench, so a little bit of firepower I think on the bench for UL, if required, Will. Got to say, very impressed with the Athlone, with the stadium, the pitch. Huge potential for development around here, I would have to say. Training facility out the back, and you know, everything's in close proximity, schools, and just off the motorway, easy access, lots of parking. It's a couple of years since I was down here, and I have to say I'm quite impressed with the facility.
Well, they've got a lot of things going their way, and they have beaten Dundalk here this season, which is an improvement on...
I was downstairs looking at old photographs of Harry McHugh and Jimmy Jackson and fellas who were just a little bit ahead of me. Maybe I'm getting old, Will.
The good old days. We are going to kick off a couple of minutes early. So if you've joined us on time, tough luck. It's been quite a high scoring run for both these sides to this decider. UL last won the CUFL Premier League title in 2009. Since then, IT Carlow have claimed it on 3 occasions. Most recently, in 2016, it was the island amongst 4 UCD triumphs in the last 5 seasons, but UCD being beaten in the semis. Quite a dramatic encounter, a 1-0 win last week for University Limerick. It was a 4-4 draw in the quarter-finals for IT Carlow against Maynooth University. They won that on penalties and then needed extra time to beat the Collingwood Cup winners, UCC, in the semi-final. It's Carlow in the black and red, and University Limerick are in the maroon and blue. Very easily cut out, though, by Jack Lynch.
IT Carlow setting up a 3 at the back, with Jason Murphy just sitting in front of that back 3. And Sean Hurley, wing back. Nathan Coleman's the other wing back, so very offensive.
A minute played! And IT Carlow didn't have to wait very long at all. It's Danny Doyle. Breakthrough straight away for Carlow. His 8th goal of the competition, the 2nd highest score behind Shane Barnes, and it happened so quickly.
Great play down the right-hand side. And he's just got between the 2 defenders, Doyle. It's a decent cross, but they started on the front foot from the tip-off, Will. They were very aggressive in the start, and that's the second time only the second time they've been up around the box. Yet a minute and a half gone. Brilliant start for IT Carlow. A fantastic header from Danny Doyle.
Yeah, a fine finish by Danny Doyle. He's got 8 now in the competition, 5 in the CUFL, 3 in the CFAI Cup. Shane Barnes, the top scorer, with 9. And here come University Limerick, or there came University Limerick, but it was mopped up very quickly and interrupted by Kieran O'Reilly with an opportunity to get it away. So immediately, Sean McCormick in the UL goal is beaten. They scored the opening goal in the Collingwood Cup final and led for a lot of it, but ended up being beaten in extra time. They conceded in pretty much the last minute of the 90.
For UL, I'd say the only good thing about it is, Will, it's early on in the game. It gives you a chance to get back into the game. And a slow start, but great start by Carlow.
Controlled by Nathan Coleman of Carrigaline United. Lots of international experience on the way for a lot of this IT Carlow squad in the next 7 days.
It's going to be difficult for UL. Donald O'Connell up front on his own. They're going to need to get support to him quickly. And with Jason Murphy sitting in front of the back 3 for IT Carlow, it's going to be difficult to get into his feet. Jason Murphy can then set up the attacks. He's already picked the ball up and went diagonal to Coleman. And he's could be a significant player for them here today.
It's controlled by Sean Madigan. A little bit of support from Ed O'Dwyer there. Ed O'Dwyer, one of 3 of the UL squad who played 60 minutes for Limerick yesterday against Cove Ramblers. Finished 3-1 against them. The other 2 on the bench, in Adam Foley, their top scorer, and Sean McSweeney. Their top 3 goal scorers all playing yesterday. Foley with 11 goals in the competition, Ed O'Dwyer with 8, and Sean McSweeney with 5.
He's in again, Will. He's in behind him.
Didn't have the support on this occasion. Darting down the middle looked to be Dean Kelly. Away short by Ed O'Dwyer.
Just a bit of slack passing from UL. Doherty threw a loose pass there. Well, with the shape of Carlow, I tell you, if UL can get the play switched quickly, they might get away out down the left-hand side. In this situation here, they can outnumber them down the left side. Alan Murphy was impressive, as I said, in the Collingwood. If he can get the ball to his feet, he can cause problems. And if it's Nathan Coleman getting forward as a wing back, I think he can exploit that space down UL's left-hand side if he's clever enough. Because with UL playing forward at the back, the wing back should be able to be passed on well to the full-back, if that makes sense.
It's a long one, launched by the UL goalkeeper Sean McCormick, but it was nodded back quickly by Jason Murphy of Salt Hill, Devon, formerly in the League of Ireland, now gone back to the junior ranks in Galway football. Have the occasional long run in the Junior Cup since then. Their man Merview.
Again, you can see IT Carlow, Sean Hurley's dropped off into nearly a left full position. The space between there and UL's fullback Doherty, they should be getting out to him quicker.
It's good control by Killian Hayes. Very good in the Collingwood Cup final, in his final year at UL. Currently with Kilmallock United. Here's Jason Murphy of the Irish Colleges team. Backed by Coleman again. No free kick. No. Lofted up again by Sean Hurley.
He had a bit more time than he thought there. Well, he could have took it down. Carlow seemed to be playing it around a bit more on the deck. That looking nice, crisp passing. But they're nice and tight across the pitch. I'm just looking at UL. They need to get someone on it to switch that play, because it's really tight in there and it's going to be hard to break them down. Murphy, as I said, sitting in front of that back three. I think the wide areas might be a better option initially for them to try and break Carlow down.
So it's a throw for UL. Laia Corcoran from Waterford getting it in deep. Scored the second goal in the semi-final victory for UL in the Collingwood Cup and came off the bench in the final. Remember, that semi-final was played 24 hours before the decider. It's the Collingwood Cup's way. That's a lovely dynamic ball forward. Here goes Barnes, Shane Barnes. One of 3 Cabinteely men in the IT Carlow squad, and they are spread from a good bit around. Mayo included in that. Nathan Coleman getting along. Nathan with a Y, which is a new one on me. Good control by Sean Hurley, Ireland under-16 international, and the cross was good again, trying to pick out Danny Doyle in the centre once more, who's already done a bit of damage up front for Carlow. Hayes goes down, free kick. Been a good week for Carlow Sport, of course. Willie Mullins winning his first Cheltenham Gold Cup.
How did you do the Cheltenham Festival, Will?
Horse racing is not my sport, Johnny.
I could never beat the horses myself, Will. They're too fast for me. I'm just looking at Carlow, like, going forward in the game here. They've just got, you know, with Barnes and with Doyle up top, they've got support. And Mahorley on this left-hand side, they're getting support up to them very, very quick. So they look a bit more likely to do something in attack than UL, because O'Connell's up there on top on his own. Good break by McDade.
He's gone low, and he just couldn't quite work out what he wanted to do, either have a shot or play Barnes through, and in the end he did neither. So UL bring it away again with Killian Hayes. Really good pace. Business is his line of study at the moment. Alan Murphy thought he had the throw. He doesn't.
He's come right across the pitch. I'm just saying, as I said, I think if you get him on the ball, Will, he can cause problems. And by him coming across the pitch, he's left that space. Someone should have filled in for him, Will.
Coleman has got it through towards McCartan. Tried to pick out Danny Doyle in the centre again, but had it away by Ian Fletcher, formerly of Athlone Town. This was his pitch. It was a coming together, but no foul, according to referee Declan Toland.
Again, Connell up top on his own. It's a 50-50 ball, Will. You know, with IT Carlow breaking and the numbers they're getting forward, I think UL need to exploit.
It's a good ball, Doyle being sought, but just too long, and claimed by Sean McCormick. That previous coming together between Donald O'Connell up front for UL and Sean Manley, who defended it well, according to referee Declan Toland.
Like, that's a loose pass out of the fence for them, you know. He's doing a lot of running around without getting the ball whatsoever. He's running after balls, he's chasing balls. Maybe they need to stick a few balls up to his feet, get it in, hold it up, and bring a few midfielders into play and ask IT Carlow a few questions.
IT Carlow a goal up. Danny Doyle after 70 seconds, if you are just joining us.
They got a bit of pace with Doyle and Barnes, haven't they, Will? You know, they've combined well together. They're working really, really close together across that 18-yard box. The wing backs are dealing with the wide area, so they're not ending up in isolated wide area as well, I have to say. So they're always close together and in around the box.
And met on match day 2. Limerick at home, UL winning 4-2. Brace from Murphy, McSweeney, Corcoran got the others. IT Carlow netting through McDade and Hurley. Controlled by Ryan Doherty.
Again, look, that's loose. Just twice started he's put the ball into touch under no pressure, Will. They're going to be hard to break down, Carlow. You know, they end up with 5 at the back, 3 sitting in front of them, a bit like the way Sheffield United play, and they're very, very impressive. That system is very impressive for Sheffield United, and it's a similar situation here with IT Carlow. The 3 just sit in front, and they've got the 5, the 2 wing backs drop in, and then you've got your 2 lads up top. One of them maybe drops off, but you've always got to weigh it with 2 options.
And a very good run lately, the Blades as well. It's nice competitive championship.
They beat my beloved Leeds the weekend, Will. A very good game, I have to say. And the Stevens played really well for Sheffield United.
Alan Murphy doing his best to keep it in. Little flick came up front from Donald O'Connell and went out for the throw.
Donald just needs to hold her up, get the ball in first before he tries anything. Get it in, hold it up, bring someone into play. That's okay, Murphy, too easy.
He's lost it, Alan Murphy. It's only really...
Look at Hurley getting forward, Will. You know, he's just working in straight lines. As soon as he get it, he'll be on his way back. As soon as he lose it, he should be on his way, and there he goes. Yeah.
So Ian Fletcher going again for UL. From Ballinasloe, currently playing for Pike Rovers, the Munster Junior Cup winners, the holders at the moment. That'll be a free kick as Kieran McDade came in on Ryan Doherty. A few words. Ball ended up in the crowd and whacked an unsuspecting spectator. Oh, actually, yeah. He's an injured player. No wonder he couldn't get out of the way.
I just, you know, this might be a way that UL can do something where they don't have to break IT Carlow down, but it needs to be a good delivery. It's Murphy again. He's got a decent delivery on him. It's the second ball here is important, Will.
Murphy playing it towards that forest of bodies. Madigan. Little chip by Madigan, too long, and must be the first touch of the game that Martin Kowalczyk, the IT Carlow goalkeeper, has claimed.
He hasn't had too many.
It's offside. So how come you came to support Leeds then? Was it just that particular time when they were really big and successful?
It was, yeah, it was Johnny Giles, Billy Bremner, David Harvey. Yeah, all that team, John Giles, there's Alan Bates, Mick Jones, Alan Clark, Eddie Gray, Frank Gray. Oh, brilliant team. Paul Madeley.
It's brought away by Jason Moore. I think you've just about named the entire squad.
Oh,
good ball over the top. Barnes trying to get there, and cut out it was by Shane McCallion.
Trying to use his pace again to get in behind.
And out again.
I'm sure UL have seen the way Carlow play, and I'm looking across the pitch, Will, the gaps on the far side of the pitch where they can get the play switched. You know, maybe they need to practice, should have been practicing this, and because it's all, when Carlow have it, it's all really tight across the pitch. Good vantage point. Alan Murphy's position there, that position where if they win it back, they can get it to Murphy. Now he's half and half, but they need to get it to him quickly. No, they need to get it to him. No. So I'm just a little bit frustrated, Will. Sorry, this is the coaching hat.
Yeah. Frustrated manager.
But if I'm saying, if I'm on the bench, this is what you need to look at. What happens is you get caught up in the game. Why did you not win? You need to look tactically how you're going to get out, Will. How you're going to, you know, how are you going to get one up on the opposition? And, you know, again, if you could just see it from a high vantage point, if you can get a switch where Murphy is, get it to him quicker. No, he still could get it.
So brought away by Shane McCallion again towards Ryan Doherty. On the near side, back by Killian Hayes. It will be a UL throw.
UL have come into it a little bit more, Will, in the last 5 or 6 minutes. Have Carlow just dropped off?
Well, they got the early goal. Don't know if they have early thoughts about defending that all the way through. It's fallen to Shane Barnes again. Feels a bit brighter now. I can actually see the Carlow numbers. It's great. Played forward by Kieran O'Reilly down the right-hand side, but cut out immediately. Corcoran is the furthest forward at the moment, just beyond the centre circle, held up by Doherty for UL. They've got another throw, they're making progress. It just seems they have a lot more of the ball now, and Carlow are just allowing them to come at them.
And it might be a ploy by Carlow to allow them to get a bit higher up the pitch, and then they try and catch them on the counter-attack, Will, with the, you know, with Barnes and Doyle up top with their pace. Chance now, Will.
It's a good cross in towards the centre by Killian Hayes.
Decent ball in. We've only got O'Connell in the box. They need to get people into the box in the last third. Got a long throw coming up here, Will.
And they're going to aim for a long one. Sent in by Corcoran just over the top of the end of the goal kick.
It was Fletcher. He didn't need to go for goal, Will. He just needed to flick it on. The second ball causes all the damage. But UL have definitely come back into the game, as you said, but they need to push it on now.
Deep goal kick by Marcin Kowalczyk. Corcoran couldn't quite get it through towards Killian Hayes. Oh, but what a giveaway. Sean Hurley's launched along, and Doyle breaking down the midfield again. Doyle has got support from Shane Barnes. Barnes couldn't get it on the turn, and UL survive. It was almost a big giveaway by them, but they're breaking instead now. They managed to glide past O'Reilly and Kowalczyk down very, very quickly.
That's good play, Will. Good play, I have to say, in UL on the counter-attack. But I think Carlow, again, we got Barnes. And we got Doyle up there, that little combination, both of them close to one another. And they nearly got in. He's gone in behind again. He's onside, Will Barnes.
It's a quality ball. Barnes was bullied off it though this time. And managing to get it clear was Shane McCallion up towards Killian Hayes.
It was the last break by Murphy down that left-hand side, as we spoke about. If they can get it out to him a bit quicker, Will, I think they're going to cause a bit of damage.
It's Ryan Doherty who's trying to do it. That was really well anticipated by Nathan Coleman. Got it away down the middle.
Decent, it was decent.
Just evaded Shane Barnes in the end.
There's not a lot UL can do, because when they're pressing forward, they're high up the pitch, Will, and it's just that one ball in behind them with the pace of Barnes is going to cause UL a bit of trouble.
Dumped away by Ryan Doherty from Donegal, studying PE and base with Janesborough. It's going to be a free kick right in the centre of the park. A lot of damage being done over on the far side.
It's Murphy again. Got a little whack for his troubles. If they can get him on it, Will, the problem is, if they don't get it to him, he's lost his shape a couple of times and no one's filled in for him. If someone's going to go off and lose their shape and try and cause the other team damage, you've got to have someone around to say, yeah, go and do it and I'll cover for you. You can't expect them to go and get back into a shape as quick as possible. And there seems to be a problem coming off, is there?
There'll be a bit of attention at the very least. In the meantime, they'll just have to carry on with 10 men. Free kick for UL. Decent launch forward, the flick on caused a couple of flurries, but nothing more than that. Controlled by Barnes. Now Coleman, lung by Sean Hurley, trying to get Danny Doyle away and couldn't. A lot of what Carlow have been throwing at UL since the goal has been just ineffective. It's been mopped up.
They might just feel that they'll eventually break them down with the pace, but as I said to you, you know, the two centre-halves, UL, Lynch and Fletcher have done okay against them.
Hayes getting it out wide to Ryan Doherty. Wasn't expecting that. Killian Hayes again ran down a blind alley. So Barnes with a chance to bring it clear for IT Carlow again and out.
I think they're going about it in the right way in relation to trying to break IT Carlow down is in the wider areas. Because as I said, it's Jason Murphy sitting in front of the back three. But if he's not effective, if they're going wide, you know, I think that's the best ploy for them. And just be patient. That's it, keep it.
They've kept plenty up, including Hayes and O'Dwyer, but it's beyond Hayes and didn't reach O'Dwyer. Short again for Corcoran. Opportunities for Ed O'Dwyer to get the ball in the centre, and he did! And Killian Hayes is denied by Kowalczyk. Fine save, but what a good strike.
Good play by Ed O'Dwyer. It was impressive, as I said. And good play down this right-hand side again. They went from far left off, got the play switched to the right-hand side. And we ended up with Killian Hayes getting a shot away. Didn't get a lot of power into it.
It's long by Ed O'Dwyer trying to release. It looks like Dean Kelly trying to release Liam McCartan over on the far flank. Red shirts, red numbers on black shirts just ain't the easiest to pick out. Will anybody ever think of the commentators? Here's Ryan Doherty. No, you don't have to answer that. No. Here's Hayes. down went Lynch, who gets the free kick for UL. And he's taken it very, very quickly. And, well, it's odd because just he was taking the free kick, it looks like he's been fouled again by Kieran McDade this time. And he's down, and he's well down too, is Lynch.
I'd like to see that again, Will, if he could. But it was a decent ball by Lynch. And McDade's, it's the second time he's been late in the first 24 minutes or so. And he's lucky not to get a yellow card.
Well, it's interesting, the challenge came in as the free kick was being taken.
It wasn't 10 yards from the ball, Will.
Also tried to tackle the free kick taker, which I don't think I've ever seen.
No. The fourth official had something to say there. But,
Fletcher's free kick for UL. It's deep. Kowalczyk thought about coming and then hesitated. Right in front of goal, but clipped away. Manley there. Out for the throw.
They're just gaining ground, UL, Will. They're just inching forward and inching forward. Just got to be aware of the counter-attack. I've got to stress that. You've got to be aware of Barnes' pace and Doyle up top, Danny Doyle. We haven't seen much of Hurley on the left-hand side whipping in them crosses. Here's this long throw again, Will.
Coming in from Corcoran, managed to get the flick on too. Barnes dragged back, free kick. Few words to come from referee Declan Toland, and there is the first yellow card against Ryan Doherty. First of the final.
Well, I think I don't think you know, the ref has any question about it. I think he's right to get the yellow. It was a pull back. He's pulled the jersey back. But I think Kieran McDade's a lucky man off Carlow not to have a yellow card also in the book.
It's one of those situations, isn't it, where because of that, whoever commits the next foul is probably going to get booked. Or
I think the ref can only go on the merit of the foul, Will, in fairness. And if it was a pullback, he can't, well, he shouldn't think back on what just happened, that he's got to level her up or whatever it might be. But I think it was the right decision. The defender got too tight to him, he got torn, Barnes has got torn. And I don't think the referee, you don't give him an option but to give you the card.
Well controlled by Kieran McDade in the middle, and here comes Dean Kelly again trying to pick out Doyle and Barnes up front. And Hurley's been beaten, and it took a very good challenge by Jason Murphy to deny Ed O'Dwyer that time. It's forward by Corcoran, it's a good release, it's Donald O'Connell in the centre, Alan Murphy is there, big deflection, and that will be a corner, and that was a good opening, that was.
It's really, really good play by UL. Dwyer, Killian Hayes, a bit of tenacity in midfield, winning a few tackles, a bit of link-up play. Again with O'Connell and Alan Murphy coming in off the wing, just got a shot away and a half a block, and they've got a corner. But there's no doubt, as I said a couple of minutes ago, UL definitely coming into the game. A lot of bodies in on the keeper there. He's not the tallest keeper in the world. Martian.
Yeah, Marcin Kowalczyk.
Kowalczyk.
And they stepped out again to try and have a run on it. It'll fall for Sean Madigan. Now, dispossessed. Here come Carlow on the charge. They've got three coming up. And Jack Lynch was the last of them.
Still have it. Oh.
Forward by Ed O'Dwyer. Might just have fallen for Lynch, who'd kept going.
It was a nice little knockdown by Hurley, but if he had a left to go through, I think Barnes could have been in. I like when it livens up like this, Will. The counter-attack is great, isn't it? You know, you've got a corner kick at one end, and then they break. IT break with IT Carlow break 3v2, an interception. They pick up the second one. It just livens the game up, Will.
Oh, we've actually seen some brilliant deciders in this season. Oh, that's really well played by Kieran McDade. Has a little bit of support behind him in the gloom. It's Sean Hurley with the cross, and it's a good cross too. Just over the top in the end, and they pushed a lot of bodies forward. They couldn't make it too.
Great bit of skill by McDade on the end line. He wrangled his way around a few players. He robbed a bit of space. And again, we just spoke about Sean Hurley. First time he's put in a good cross. And it was Doyle. Just a little nudge. I think it was on Lynch. And he got decent purchase on the header. Just a foul.
There's quite a few of the UL side who played junior football in Limerick. Oh, that was a big risk by Sean McCormick, and he just about got it right. Plays for Portlaoise AFC.
Well, when the keeper, especially as a defender, when the keeper's coming for the ball like that, I'd like to hear them from here. Well, I didn't even hear him calling for the ball. He was very lucky to get away with it. That could have went anywhere. Come on, they need to move the ball quicker. They need to move it quicker. That's better. Next pass, get it off.
Did really well to connect with it, actually. And he did enough, got it away. Danger was averted. Situation like that where a lot can go wrong, though. Ian Fletcher.
What a ball, Will. Brilliant ball.
Is superb for Alan Murphy. And Murphy's got the throw as well. McCartan's there, he's aware of him. McCartan's a little bit of pace as well. He's very anxious to get forward. Alan Murphy of Regional United, who are in an old Limerick FAI Junior Cup semi-final against Aisling Anacotti. Other semi-final, Glengad United against St Michael's.
Of Tipperary.
Oh, yes. That could go anywhere, and it could have gone into the net from the boot of Donald O'Connell. It pinged around. That was a thunderous strike. Any lower, Kowalczyk wasn't saving that.
No, there's a lot of bodies in the box. He done well. Ooh, they've probably just done enough to put him off, Will.
Ah, they're beginning to get some opportunities now.
Oh, I would say. And the push right on. They're happy enough for IT Carlow to kick along and win the headers and pick up the second ball. They feel that they don't want IT Carlow playing out from the back. It's in the air, it's 50-50. Oh.
Be a free kick in the centre.
That's a silly foul to give away. Yeah, don't worry, he's a decent lad. Good size about him, and just a silly foul to give away. Doesn't mean much innocence a goal, Will, as in, you know, both teams have got a couple of half chances, but
free kick by Jason Murphy wasn't the best.
No way.
Corcoran. Free kick it is.
Yeah, I think he waited to see what's the advantage going to go in the favour of UL, but in fairness to him, he's brought the advantage back. Referee Declan Toland. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've got 5 across the back, and that tight 3 in front of them, Will, there. It's a good picture of them there. It's hard to break them down once they get set.
It was TU Dublin Derby in the Men's Division 1 final here earlier today. Blanchardstown beat Tala 1-0. Kowalczyk is up. Kowalczyk claiming it. Good grab. That was a speculative one. And Kowalczyk with his piece of goalkeeping.
Expect him to get it there on the 6-yard box, but the defender was right in after him. Here's Lynch now. Again, looking for Murphy there. That 2 or 3 times they've got it out there to Murphy. And again, Will, that space between the front and the back, and UL are able to pick it up again in the wide areas. Here's Murphy now.
Alan Murphy down
That's
the
a
left
great
wing.
ball. Oh.
Brilliant cross. Tried to find Corcoran in the middle, and it was set for a dramatic diving header, but just flicked away. Manley and Murphy there. IT Carlow holding out. Still 1-0 up. Lovely
good run
by Kelly.
Offside.
It's not going to count.
Not
Flag
much in
was
it,
up
Will.
Immediately.
Not much in it, I have to say. He's got through fairly easy. There's Doyle. He could have timed his run, Will. You know the formula for that is, Will, not to be offside. Create the space, deliver the ball, then deliver the man. You'll never be offside, Will.
Do players listen to that?
Some of them do.
Yeah, I like the motto anyway. McDade for Barnes. Just flicked off Jason Murphy. Be another free kick.
Yeah. wouldn't say they're the tallest two lads up front. You know, Barnes and Doyle, but if, you know, with the goal coming from a header from Doyle, but I said Fletcher being able to deal with them handy enough.
McDade, lovely
Clever.
free kick, that was smart. In for Doyle, wins the corner.
Just a little bit more about him in the last third, Will. Clever ball by McDade. He's looking the other way, he's giving him the eyes. Good pace on the ball. Oh yeah. It was McCallion, got across, he read it quickly.
Oh, it was a top moment. So they've moved a lot up. Nathan Coleman is up there. So too is McDade, comes towards the near post. Corcoran just missed it in the battle of the number 10s with Barnes, and well, that's snuffed out an attempted break by UL, but they'll take the free kick quickly, very quickly. Hoisted over the top and just no man's land in the end. Only the one man up there, as the rest were streaking away after dealing with the IT Carlow corner. Forward by Hurley again.
It was Murphy who knocked the header down, as you said, Will. No support from him. It was taken very quickly, but just no support.
Met by the head again of Jason Murphy. Quick little layoff. Liam McCart, nippy, lots of pace. The number 7 on the far side for IT Carlow. Kelly, good ball in the centre, and again Barnes just couldn't quite be released. Doyle alongside him.
We're up and down again. It's Murphy again, just picking up them pockets of space. He's on the ball the last few minutes a fair bit. He just needs that support a lot quicker to him. IT Carlow have got their back 5 in place, their 3 in midfield in place. Gonna be hard to break down. They're very organised in that transition from attack into defending. They get it done very quickly, I have to say.
So Shane McCallion to mop it up again. He's been Sligo Rovers under 19. He's with Strand Celtic FC now in the Ulster Senior League. His first campaign, and it's open up for Barnes!
Simple.
It's Shane Barnes!
Well, from the defender point of view, you've got to look. It's Hurley who's played the ball from deep in his own half. And again, McCallion can't let that ball go over his head. Barnes onto it like a light will. He's never taken his eye off the ball. He's taken a chance to get in behind the defender. But I have to say, brilliant ball by Hurley. That left foot of his, we've seen him whipping in a fantastic cross 6 minutes ago. And that's a huge blow to UL.
It's
late
the
in the first half, yeah.
It's the 2 highest scorers for IT Carlow who've netted here. Shane Barnes is 10th of the campaign. Danny Doyle now is 8, and IT Carlow lead 2-0.
Well, that's what you're looking for, Will, isn't it? Your two strikers. The other 8 are defending, and they're doing the work in midfield. We spoke about their shape, their 5, their 3, and the 2 up top. And with the pace they have, we said they were going to cause problems.
Well, we had a brilliant women's CUFL decider here a few weeks ago with some incredible goals in it, and the winner scored by Emma Byrne, who she said herself never gets forward, never scores, but she did that time to win the title from Maynooth University, beat IT Carlow 2-1 in that final. But a good sign for IT Carlow that they can get both of their senior teams into the league final.
He's lively, Barnes, isn't he, Will?
A lot about him.
He's lively. I like his pace. He's clever. He's won a free kick for them. You know, we're talking about O'Connell doing the simple things earlier. You know, Barnes has just got into his feet, picked it up, brought someone into the game, got it back, and got himself a free kick in a dangerous situation. This guy, Hurley, Sean Hurley's going to whip this in. Either him or McDade. I think it might be McDade, but Hurley looks like he's a little left foot in him. Well, this could be big problems for UL.
Hurley and Barnes are club mates with Cavan Teely.
No, it's McDade.
And it's a curler in
McDade.
by McDade. Dean Kelly trying to keep it alive for IT Carlow over on the far side.
Done
UL
well.
boys he's with. He's done brilliantly, Kelly.
Oh, he needs to pull it
Tried
back.
to bring it on. He had two choices to make and he went for the tighter one and it didn't work out. Here's Ryan Doherty. Now can they bring it clear here, UL? They haven't. They don't have a lot of bodies up to Carlow. They do now, and the cross of dangerous one away by the fingertips of Sean McCormick as Kieran McDade was arriving for IT Carlow. Remember, UL edged out in the Collingwood Cup final, but they won the Harding Cup for freshers, for first years. And they brought a lot of that squad through, 6 in total who weren't involved in the Collingwood Cup, and all in all about 10 or so of their senior squad now have been involved in the Harding Cup, but only 4 were in the Collingwood Cup before that.
Offside, lazy.
Donald O'Connell.
Just, you know, inexperience or lazy, or whatever you want to call it, but a bit of both, I might say there, but just the difference when IT have the ball in the last third, Will. You see Kelly picking her up in midfield, running through, playing little combinations on the edge of the box, you know, with Doyle and Barnes, and he's out wide whipping crosses in. A couple of options, he maybe could have pulled it back a couple of times.
Unlucky maybe, mistimed? No?
I don't know, Will, like, the offside, I'm thinking just, you got to time your own, Will. It's got to be have an awareness of where you are on the pitch, because he's not getting a lot of the ball.
Just to inform you, by the way, in terms of the team sheet that you'd have seen beforehand, Ian Fletcher and Shane McCallion are wearing each other's shirts. McCallion is 4 and Fletcher 5. Which you probably worked out by now, but maybe not. Here's Madigan. Sean Madigan, formerly of Limerick FC Under-19s. It's quite important in the Collingwood Cup run to the final. Ryan Doherty spreading it forward, and that was well rebuffed again by Nathan Coleman.
We've got Murphy on this side. He switched wings. Alan Murphy's come over onto the right hand side here.
Nathan Coleman, we're third, is a third cousin of Shane Long, who's out of the Ireland squad to face Gibraltar and Georgia. How do you work out what a third cousin is? I could never know. Anyway, it's Corkin with the throw. Can quite pick out Shane McCallion out for another throw-in. Anything beyond first cousins, I just don't know.
They're going to need to do something here. They're going to have to try and get one before half-time.
Doherty.
It's just the wrong decision. They needed to go wide, okay, but the detail of the pass was wrong, Will. Just the detail on it and the direction of the pass. You know, they need to suck Carlow IT out of the positions. They need to find pockets between that 5. There's no point in heading it on there.
Easy for Coleman.
Yeah, it's too easy.
Easy for Kowalczyk.
IT Carlow, sorry, Will, like they've taken their chances, haven't they? You know, whereas
they've only had to.
Yeah, and UL have had a couple of half chances and they didn't take them over the bar. Snapshot from Hayes. So they could be still in the game. They've got to stay in the game now. They've got to make sure they stay in it and don't do anything silly. The next goal, as the fellas would say, is vital, Will, in this one. There'll be a chance here.
It's a free kick for UL with just about a minute of normal time left in the first half.
Yeah, for me, IT probably a bit more organised than them in this half. I tell you, I meant to say to you earlier, Will, as well. Just the preparation, UL. They were late arriving at the stadium, and they started the game slow. You know, a big no-no for me, Will. You know,
here comes the free kick, and it's been headed on. Fletcher was up there, Lynch there as well, and easy for Kowalczyk.
Yeah, but you know, you arrive late. The last thing you need to do is start the game slow, and that's what they do in 70 seconds. Now, they edged their way back into it, I have to say. But again, just giving away a goal from a deep pass and a bit of pace in behind him.
Hurley for Danny Doyle, who scored the opener after 70 seconds. Decent ball across. Now it's wide open from a Carlow point of view. Very important block it was too.
But the difference there is that's McDade in the box getting the shot away. Not too many UL players from midfield getting into the box.
And that would be easily covered by Sean McCormick in the Limerick goal. I remember when we were surveying the grounds back in January, and we actually travelled from Limerick, because Marcus Field was doing the Collingwood Cup final, to here. And there is a bit of a section around some like North Tipperary into Offaly where you're basically, it's like you're going down Boreens. It's actually the same from Carlow, where a lot of us are based, coming up here as well. You end up going really, really cross country. We need another motorway. That's what we need. Motorway in the South Midlands. Here's Madigan. And he's done really well, Sean Madigan, trying to get the cross in, but again evaded.
But again, McDade picks her up on the edge of the box. Support from Hordy, and he's got two men in front of him that he can pick out, or he can go wide. Pace in behind again, Will.
McDade, good ball, trying to release Barnes, but it's McCormick's ball, and Barnes sniffing around looking for another.
For me, UL need to have press on the ball there, Will. They can do all, they can have pace and space in behind, but they needed to press McDade there. There wasn't no one close enough to him. If he can't deliver the ball, there's going to be no danger.
That's a Carlow throw into the 2nd minute of stoppage time. (2-0) to IT Carlow at half-time. Then Danny Doyle with the opener after a minute, the second highest scorer for IT Carlow in this season's competition. And then the top scorer got in the scene, one over the top by Hurley to release Shane Barnes to make it 2. UL have a lot to do in the second half at the break in the Rustlers CUFL Premier Division final. It's IT Carlow 2, University Limerick 0. Just sounds to you as if they frustrated you a little bit, UL, in that first half, Johnny?
Yeah, as I said, and you know, I spoke about them, you know, arriving late, started the game slow. Well, if you were starting a race, you wouldn't let someone get ahead of you. 70 seconds, really, you know. Ball come in wide area, and Doyle's got in between the two centre halves. Maybe they got the jerseys mixed up as well themselves, Will.
That's true. Fletcher and McCallion are wearing each other's numbers. IT Carlow impressed you in the first half?
I liked them, the crisp passing around the pitch. They got good players. I like their shape. I like the you know, the 3-5-2 or the 5-3-2 when they're defending. They always have the option of the two front men up top, and they played in narrow. They played it nice and narrow. They let the wing backs deal in the wide areas, and yeah, good organisation, a good shape about them. UL come into the game, Will, after 5, maybe 10 minutes. They start edging their way into the game, start getting Murphy on the ball. O'Connell didn't do enough for me.
Here's the goals.
It's a decent whip into the box after 70, and it's just got between the full back and McCallion. Second one, ball over the top. You can't miss that, Fletcher. You just can't miss it. Can't miss it. And Barnes has done well with his pace. Simple, clinical, 2-0.
And that's it. Half-time in Athlone. IT Carlow 2, University Limerick 0. We'll be off for some warm drinks. And some of this as well. Sponsors product, no doubt. We'll be back in Athlone shortly.
No, but he's actually got the second ball out, he's milking the field behind there. He's coming on there now between there.
So the team's coming back onto the pitch here at Athlone Town for the Rustlers CUFL Men's Premier Division final. IT Carlow leading University Limerick 2-0 at half-time. And that is what it is all about. Trophy that they both won in the last decade. UL most recently in 2009.
Don't seem to be any changes, Will.
Well, the fourth official, Paul Tone, looks like he's inquiring. I think there will be a change, actually. And it will be for University Limerick. And not only that, they're going to make two changes. They're going to bring Adam Foley on, and by the looks of it, Conor Whittle too. They're going to make sweeping changes.
Let's see the numbers here, Will. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Have the referees, have the officials changed their jerseys also?
I think they have, actually. Anyway, it's Conor Whittle who's coming on for the second half. Sean Madigan has been withdrawn. Whittle wearing number 16. And the other change will be Adam Foley, who is replacing the number 9, Donal O'Connell. He's gone.
Well, they're going for a bit of experience, taking off the young lad, his inexperience. We spoke about it, Will, at half-time. You know, he was left up top on his own also. I think Foley scored 11 goals in competition so far for UL this season, Will. And I was surprised. I know he played yesterday, but surprised not to see him getting a start.
So the second half is underway. The double change made for Limerick. Conor Whittle and Adam Foley on for Donal O'Connell, Sean Madigan in this second half. Two changes straight away. That was a late challenge, and that will be a free kick.
It was late challenges, right? Corcoran a little bit late. On the speedy Lee McCartan. I wonder, will UL change the shape? Will they be forced to change the shape, Will?
Officials, by the way, were wearing orange in the first half, and they might just have considered it was a little too close to the Barcelona colours of Limerick, and actually the way the red and the black's combining somewhat for Carlow as well. They've got options of 4 different colours they can wear, because yellow is a Carlow colour as well. Here's Jason Murphy, good cross, it's to the edge of the box, and Doyle is there, and he couldn't quite put it away. And that would have wrapped it up at 3-0. Change or no change for UL.
Could have been a repeat of the first half. Just a minute gone, great opportunity. And oops.
Well, that is Kowalczyk, and there was a late challenge, and the man who's just come on, Adam Foley, is down.
It was just unfortunate. He had turned in mid-air to clear the ball, and I think he's cuffed Foley full on in the face. This could be potentially quite sore.
I imagine so,
could be a bit of
especially
concussion. You know, when the ball hits you, he wouldn't have seen it coming. Well, it's just come straight in, full on. It was Hurley. It was just went to clear it, and it's kind of full on. As Brian Kerr would say, got him in the mush.
Yeah, so what day is it? How many fingers am I holding up? Gonna have to assess a little bit of that, but he was well caught as it was played forward. It was a ball that was looped across from the middle and just went for it quite late, and the ball whacked him right in the face. It was a severe clearance, and it caught him immediately, and yeah, that was painful.
It was unintentional, Will. As I said, it came over Hurley's shoulder. He's on his blind side. He's just turned. He's caught the ball on the full, and Foley's caught it full in the face.
Unfortunate, and I mean, there was nothing he could really do about it. He was looking to block it however he could, and he did, unfortunately.
We'll just see does Foley give them anything extra that O'Connell would have given him.
He's ready to come back on halfway, which is something which will be changed in those new rules coming in for the next European season. It's a long one launched. Liam McCartan, we'll see a lot of him on this near side in this second half. He's won the throw as well.
He likes to get forward. He loves to be advanced, doesn't he? He likes to be up in that last third. In fairness, he does his work going back as well. The two wing backs have done well. It's a decent throw in. Good layoff. Can he get a shot away?
Danny Doyle couldn't quite get the strike. He wanted to.
This is where UL need to move the ball quicker.
Support on the near side from Alan Murphy. This is
Lynch is free.
Edouard.
Just throw it to him. Up. Good ball.
Quality pass by Dwyer. Played yesterday. Hayes. A little bit loose in the end, that cross, but it's Edo Dwyer once more. Has a little bit of room in front of goal. Doesn't have the ball anymore. He's gone down too. It's awkward. It's a chilly night. There'll be a few pulled muscles in an evening like this.
It looks like it is a muscular injury, Will.
Yeah, Edo Dwyer is really struggling in the other half of the pitch.
It's a good play by Doyle, isn't it? He's got it in. He's
got a lot about him.
He's close to the touchline. Touchline's like an extra defender. The defender has him close to the touchline. He's held him off with a bit of strength, a little bit of trickery, and he's got torn, and he's ended up getting a throw in. Good play by Doyle. Good movement here for the throw in again inside.
Opportunities here from the cross. It's Liam McCartan. McCartan's pulled it. Ball. Good ball across, and McCallion skied it. They've survived for now. At the feet again of Shane McCallion. Ryan Doherty wasn't going to run into trouble there, really, defensively from a UL point of view. They've got men over on the far side. Jack Lynch bided his time. Well met by Riley.
This is the area here. This is there he can get in now. Do you need to do it quicker? Too slow of a pass. Hawley's got back. He's allowed Hawley time to get back. Hawley's gone in behind. Oops, well played. This game is opening up even this early in the second half, Will. It's a good run by Foley. Conor Whittle actually got in behind from midfield. It was a good run.
It's just getting somewhat colder now, so the summer's not here yet. Six minutes into the second half.
It's a bit flat, isn't it, Will? It hasn't picked up really. IT Carlow started off, they got a shot away in the first minute of the half, but since then it's just been a little bit flat. Obviously that's going to suit Carlow IT. And again, will you see McCartan and Hurley bombing on his wing back, so will he sit and hold? Sometimes that can get the opposition to just advance forward, encourage them forward. It's a good play by Hurley. Play on. Oh,
well, not anymore. Free kick the other way.
Oh, keeper's taking a chance, Will.
Well, you had to. It's good work by Kowalczyk. Got out quickly, got it away. Decent crowd here as well, worth pointing out.
Ah, good play. Good play by Doyle and Barnes again.
He's in!
Brilliant.
Oh, he's
great
hit the
strike.
upright. What a chance for Danny Doyle.
Great save.
And then on the rebound, Doyle was up there. Kelly was there too, and McCormick kept it out. But it could be 3, and that would be it. It would be all over.
Great play. Brilliant play by Doyle and Barnes. And again, Kelly coming into the play with the final shot. McCormick's done well. I don't know whether he saved the first one, but he's definitely saved the second one. But brilliant little combination play by Doyle and Barnes. Just over the top. We've got Doyle in behind. Yeah, he's pushing onto the post.
Good save.
It's just rolled to Kelly and a second save. He's kept him in the game.
And McCormick with a double stop. Good double stop.
He's kept him in the game, Will.
Very, very impressive. Opening up over on the far side. Hurley in the middle. Again, the strike just couldn't be put away by Barnes.
Now switch to play. Now they have a bit of a chance. In behind. First time, first time.
Is this the chance to get back into the game just wide?
He's got a touch
Kowalczyk
on it.
beaten. Hayes was in there. It's going to be a corner.
It's good play. Good run by Hayes. He's definitely saved his knee, Will. He's went to put it through his legs and he saved it. Great counter-attack. It's the first time they've really moved the ball quickly from one side of the pitch to the other to exploit that space. Corcoran, great through ball. Great run across the box by Hayes. Diagonal run. Straight ball for a diagonal run. Probably should have scored. Corner kick.
Easy for Kowalczyk to claim, and he's got the free kick. It's a good Polish sporting name, Justyna Kowalczyk, the cross-country skier, much medalled over the past 10 years.
Not my sport, Will. Mind you, we've had a lot of snow when we've been commentating.
Yeah, we have. It's the time of year that we have it.
It was a good chance for UL to get back into the game, I have to say. Good chance.
Well met by the head of Liam McCartan, who's had a decent final. Alan Murphy, free
That's a
kick.
yellow card. Has to be.
There's the instigator who was
Is it McDade?
left
Probably
on the deck himself.
Probably should. If it is it McDade? I can't see his number well.
Feeling it is. He's going to get treatment anyway.
Yeah, he's playing the old
It's going to be
soldier.
yellow when he gets back up.
He should have got one in the first half. Seems he's suffering a bit of cramp. Couldn't be wasting time, Will. It's too early.
In the book.
Oh yeah.
In the book is Kieran McDade. That is a yellow card apiece.
Would you? Wow, could he not just look at the amount of space in front? Could they not just come and take a 2v1 here and let's launch it in the box? Let's see what happens.
Sent in by Alan Murphy. They went the
Corner.
direct route and goal kick called by both Declan Toland and Ray Conlon, the official on the far side. Carlow is still down to 10 at the moment.
It's just a
Deep
ball
delivery by Murphy.
in. Yeah, definitely goal kick.
And UL are ready to make change number 3, and it's Sean McSweeney, who was also in action yesterday for Limerick against Cove. He's going to come on wearing 14. Change number 3 for UL. Final instructions from Ian Sullivan and company.
Corcoran, is it coming out there, Will?
Sure is. Lai Corcoran has departed. and really looked as if he was limping off as well. Maybe there is an injury there. Throw by Jackley, support from Ryan Doherty's on the near side. Fletcher didn't get there. This is McCallion, his defensive partner. Back for Sean McCormack. Bit of heft behind that. Ryan Doherty had to fight to keep it alive. It'll be brought away here by Dean Kelly. Kelly's got the usual suspects waiting in the middle, and well claimed by keeper McCormack again.
They're breaking quickly here, Lynch. Oh, it's a decent.
Almost over the top. And very important cutout. Looked like Nathan Coleman it was with it. Hayes. Hayes! Got under it. Looked for a Rasper, just too much power and height in the end.
Just come in onto his left foot. He had a look. I don't think too many options. He's went for the hard one. On the weaker left foot. Looks like Carlow are going to make a change.
It will be their first, and it will be Mark Baran who will be coming on. The Mayo Young Footballer of the Year 2017. He's with Wexford FC at the moment, formerly of Ballina Town.
It's McDade coming out.
Yeah, he's freshly booked, but also freshly injured, and it probably is a knock that's seeing him withdrawn by Tom Elms. So McDade withdrawn right on the hour and replaced by number 13 Mark Bryan. He's been in the Ireland ETB squad as well in the past year, and he did the double with Ballina Town, the Mayo Super League and the Super Cup in 2018. And that is a calendar year league as well. So it was just before Christmas it was wrapped up. Ooh, met by the head of Ian Fletcher there.
Look how patient,
free kick.
How patient Murphy is out here. You know, I pity him because he's been patient and they just won't get the ball out to him.
Oh, that's a good ball. And that is a goal kick, is it?
No,
it's a
corner.
corner.
No, corner.
They thought about it. They thought about it. Declan Tolan sort of wavered a little bit, but gave the corner in the end. I actually think it was Shane Barnes who was back defending for Carlow there.
It was an important header because you're well in the 2v1 situation there.
It's Murphy will take. Delivery was good, and a flash header from the corner. Well, suddenly an opening for UL to get themselves back into this decider.
He's a good delivery, hasn't he, Murphy? He's got a bit on it. I think he'd be disappointed he didn't get it on target.
McCallion's header.
Yeah. Injury. It's just a head injury, well, is it?
Yeah, they've been ramping up really in this final.
This Kelly lad in midfield has been decent for Carlow YT as well. Been impressed with him on the ball. He's very dynamic when he picks it up. He drives forward. Murphy's done well sitting in front of that back three. As I keep saying, they're well organised. So Coleman got a bang in the head there.
Hey, we've got some famous fans watching. Molly Scott is. Good evening. Represented Ireland in the European Indoors in Glasgow at the start of the month and got the qualifying time with a lifetime best at the Indoor Universities in Athlone last month.
Good girl, Molly.
There's a terrific new generation coming up with which she's a part, and obviously the successes that have been had in the junior and the under-23 championships, the youth championships the past summer have been just terrific. That's going to be a throw the other way.
Well, McCartney's not advanced now. He's sitting off. He's not getting into advanced roles as he was early on. But there's two central midfielders for UL need to get the head up, need to get a look. because McCartney's pushed right in with the back four. He's gone in like a right full, and Murphy's just sitting out there. I keep saying that, and his hands are out wide. Why won't you give me the ball?
It's going to be a free kick for UL. Ian Fletcher going over to take, and he obviously knows the stadium very well, being ex-Athlone town. Good delivery too, and it'll come towards the edge of the area, and Murphy's there, and it's just over the top. Alan Murphy, big opening, a big season for him, that terrific run to the semi-finals so far, the FEI Junior Cup with Regional United. Couldn't quite get the finish this time, and
he's found a little bit of space for himself. Just didn't get enough on it. He needed to keep it down, get it on target. Fell to the right man, okay.
That was a bit risky.
He was confident. Kowalczyk was confident. And now they're, wow, up the last third of the pitch now. Good play, IT Carlow.
It's Shane Barnes.
Unlucky.
Good ball over the top, but that'll be a penalty kick, surely. Is it? No, it's not.
It looks like a penalty to me.
Well, goalkeeper came out, McCormick, and he's claiming an injury as well. Well, don't think he's given it.
It's been brilliant play by IT Carlow. From the keeper all the way through down the left-hand side.
He hasn't given it. That's definitely one well worth seeing again. What an opening, what a chance. And with the naked eye, it looked nailed on for a spot kick, but, well, 3-0 would have ended this decider as a contest, I think, without any doubt about it. It's another good ball over the top. It'll be well covered by Doherty, back towards McCormick.
All I can say about the referee, his position seemed to be decent enough. He was well up at the play, Will, and he might have seen it a little bit different than we did. This way.
Well, it was a tremendous moment.
It was great play, Will, all the way down the left-hand side for Carlow IT. Brilliant play. A couple of one-touches. And I just think when the ball was played in for Hardy, it just kicked up. It didn't run on, and I think he read it. And I think he was unfortunate not to get the penalty kick.
It's a cracking ball over the top, and I mean the keeper came, he didn't get the ball.
Well, the ball definitely went forward, and for me, it's a penalty for me, Will, all day.
Yeah, we've had a few looks back at it, and 100% I would think absolute spot kick. But hey, it wasn't given. UL is still in this decider.
And they'll stay in it, Will. They keep, you know, they just keep them going. They just need to get a little bit of luck. Cody's not made his way back there.
Foley for Hayes. He has support from Ed O'Dwyer. Here's Jack Lynch.
Oh, he has it.
Good ball out wide. Here goes Alan Murphy. And Murphy's still going. Support on the edge of the area. This is McSweeney. Launched away by Danny Doyle. Break could be on for Shane Barnes.
Unlucky, big diagonal ball, but again, Hardy in position this time. It's just ran out of play for the throw in to Carlow, deep in their own half.
Well, they both had quite the run to the final. Obviously 5 matches in the group section. 3 wins for IT Carlow against Waterford IT, who went on to win the CFAI Cup. Trounced Athlone IT 5-0, and a 5-1 win away at Clorstiff on Nafa. That'll be a free kick. 2-2 draw away at UCC, and then lost 4-2 away to University Limerick. That dramatic 4-4 draw in the quarter-final against Maynooth University, which they won on penalties. That was a ball in the face.
It's been stop-start, Will, hasn't it? It's 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, just a tad. And then 3-2 after extra time, they beat UCC in the semi-final, did IT Carlow. University Limerick won every single game, and they scored 22 goals in the 5 group matches. 7-4 win after extra time against IT Sligo. I would have loved to have seen that game. I think it's going to be a drop ball because if head injury.
Yeah.
And then that slender win over UCD, which was a great result for them in the semi-final last week. Competition got delayed a little bit. It was due to be wrapped up the end of last month, but obviously happens a lot. UCD involved in league action, and quite a lot of the members of various squads are involved in the League of Ireland now.
Isn't that great to see that, Will? We spoke about it earlier at
Very
the top of the show. It really is, and it's great to see so many young players playing it, whether it's in the Premier Division or First Division or in Premier Division squads. And as I said earlier, it's great to see so young coaches coming in and working with the colleges and the universities teams. And I just think it's a bright future for the competitions going forward.
Getting a lot of possession from set pieces, UL. They have another free kick. They've pushed plenty up. Can they force themselves back into it in the last 20?
It's a bit similar to the first half, Will, where, you know, Carlow YT always look. It is.
Good ball, deep one, and they got the flick on in front of goal, and suddenly
yes, no.
It's almost in from Alan Murphy, and it wouldn't cross the line, and Kowalczyk has smothered it.
I have to say again, it's Murphy. He's been patient. He's stayed out of the box. He's waiting for it. He's done well to get a shot away. Oh. They were lucky. Carlow YT, they got it. They got the rub of the green there, Will. This will give UL plenty of encouragement to keep going now. Again, just be careful of the counter attack, but it should give them big encouragement. They've stayed in the game, Will, which is very important.
Good first time ball. Dean Kelly chasing after it, set up by Barnes. Couldn't get the cross in. 2-0 is not necessarily a safe lead. Just ask Millwall. Good cut out by McCart. And Fletcher was fouled. Free kick for University of Limerick again. They host the third level rugby cup finals tomorrow. 5 deciders. Carlow have won that recently as well.
Another Carlow player down injured.
It's just the time of year for it. I remember Curtis Fleming saying to me, he broke his leg while playing for, I think it was Middlesbrough Reserves, on a cold January night. And he said, actually, you would think because it's cold, you feel less. No, you feel more. It actually gets worse, and obviously you've got the muscle pulls as well.
He's back with Middlesbrough with the first team, isn't he?
Yeah, he's first team coach behind Tony Pulis. Had been at Queen's Park Rangers alongside Ian Holloway for a few years, and had been caretaker boss at Palace when they won promotion a few seasons ago. Popular everywhere he goes, and with good reason. Good fella.
Won a league title with Curtis, 1990.
Foot is still on the wall at Richmond Park. That was a good team, actually.
He's in.
It's a great ball over the top, and suddenly Whittle had the opportunity, couldn't score. Whittle's still there, and it's out for the corner.
Similar to the Carlow YT goal, just a big ball over the top, and Whittle, that's the second time he's got in behind him, Will. He didn't do enough of that in the first half. Runner coming from midfield. And again, he had the support from Foley.
They've put all but 2 outfield players up in the box. It's heavily congested, as you'll see. Fletcher came short. Kowalczyk with the punch away. And that was a solid punch away. Hayes. And the chance has gone.
Oh, Will.
He's having a great performance, isn't he, Martin Kowalczyk?
He's confident coming amongst all them players. He's got a good punch in that. And he's got distance on it, but I think it was Hayes, under no pressure, he's just put it into touch. Just a lack of concentration. And Sullivan's giving out over the time being wasted. There's not enough ball. He's looking for an extra ball to be thrown in. They just need a slice of luck, UL. Got to keep at it.
There's nobody really in the centre for them at the moment, but
Here's Hurley on a great
Hurley's going
run.
to try and make something happen. McCartan is tearing down the middle. Hurley, dangerous one across. It'll be kept alive surely by McCartan though. Oh, brilliantly so. And here's the cross. Might fall for Barnes. Didn't quite. Foul on Ed O'Dwyer, free kick for UL.
Yeah, he's seen Hurley's pace. He's picked it up inside his own half. He's went on a great run just inside the half. And he's put a decent ball in. I thought he might have pulled it back. But in fairness, the other wing back is the one that received it on the far end of on the far side of the pitch. So the two wing backs doing the job really well. There's a chance.
Forward by Killian Hayes, and he got it out wide. Dwyer couldn't quite pick out Adam Foley in the centre. Hayes. Well, again, a move snuffed out for University of Limerick. Ball hit over the top into no man's land.
Barnes not too happy. He wanted to be in the feet. He hadn't gone long this time. He went short in the feet and it was just pumped over the top. Need to mix the game up. Got a bit of luck there, UL.
Dwyer launched it forward, but it'll be gathered by Kowalczyk again.
They just need a spark. They need to just get a little bit of luck, as I said. A bounce of a ball or a ricochet that puts somebody in. Because they're still in it, Will. I'll be encouraging. I keep saying they're still in the game.
UL are having made 3 changes. They've 2 more that they can make at this level. And they're getting the rest of the subs warmed up just in case. Still 2-0 down, 15 minutes to go. Danny Doyle and Shane Barnes, top scorers in the competition, 18 between them. Kowalczyk away again, and anywhere will do, and that anywhere was as far as possible. He has managed to boot it out of the entire stadium. Gone over into the school on the far side. That's impressive from there.
Be an early present for somebody in the morning, Will, when they arrive in school early.
McCallion tried once, maybe again. Ed O'Dwyer, there's not many options open for him, and that was the only one that he could take.
Well, that's twice now that's happened. It was Hayes a few minutes ago where they built it up. They got a decent bit of possession, brought it across the pitch, and it's just a hit and hopeful one over the top.
We've got a man of the match as well to think about. Think about it.
There's been a few lads who've impressed tonight, I have to say. But I will think about it, Will.
Another free kick for UL, and they won't waste much time in taking it.
Just getting scrappy now.
It's been that way for a bit, in truth.
Will they change it? Will they put an extra man up top? They just keep going and be patient. They need to do something quickly.
It's Ryan Doherty down
That's
the near
better.
side. That's it. Adam Foley had a chink of daylight there. Here's Alan Murphy. Floated in towards the far post.
Yes, what a header.
And University of Limerick are back in
Great
the
header.
final. It's 2-1.
Just keep it simple. It's Foley's got in behind, and it's our man Murphy with a cross. I think it's Ed O'Dwyer, I think, has got on the end of it. It
It's
looks
a
like.
terrific cross by Murphy.
And you're always told when that ball comes into the box, Will, head it back the way it came, because the keeper's weight is all on his wrong foot, and he ain't going to get it. Dave Henderson always told me that. Head it back. There wasn't great power in it, but just enough. It's just dropped in on the far side. Let's see now what way IT Carlow are going to react. They've been in front now. Will they drop off? Will they have another go?
2-1, and change coming. It's Evan Patterson on, Killian Hayes is off. And that coming with 12 minutes to go. He was involved in the Collingwood Cup squad. They've drafted in quite a lot who helped them win the Harding Cup for first years, for freshers. And O'Dwyer's goal it was. It's 2-1. There was massive bodies there, but O'Dwyer with a really good header. And suddenly, it's a bit of a contest again.
There's going to be a few questions asked here. Here's the space. Get it out to him. Give it to him. He's the man that'll cause you danger.
Jack
Murphy.
Lynch for Alan Murphy. Lynch was denied.
Here we go, Will.
Great ball. Here's Shane Barnes to win it.
Yes.
His second. Carlow's third. And that'll surely be it. And they're all off the bench.
I have to say, you know, you've just got to go. He's in behind. You get a ball over it. It's good finish, Will. I have to say, his pace. He's been onto it like a light. And Tom Elms was Mourinho-esque running down the touchline, I have to say. Big relief for them, but I have to say, UL straight back into the good possession, Will. It was UL that kept the possession away.
That's the questions answered. 3-1 Carlow. Shane Barnes does it again. He's now got 11 this season. Danny Doyle's got 8. Ed O'Dwyer had scored his 9th goal, second highest scorer for UL this season, behind Adam Foley, who's on the pitch now. 2 minutes, barely 2 minutes, when the reply come from Carlow, and UL might get it! This is unbelievable! They've got another one back!
Oh my God!
IT Carlow 3, University Limerick 2.
Let's go.
Hello! Hello!
It's just the ball into the box by Foley. Keeper's missed it, Will. He's come and missed it.
It's put home by Conor Whittle. It's 3-2.
Game on, Will.
3 goals in as many minutes. It could still be extra time.
And you're asking me to pick a man of the match.
Well, you might have to wait. You might have to wait an extra 20 minutes.
Where have you been, you'll be saying?
Extraordinary.
Sullivan will be saying, where have we been? We've got 2 goals in a couple of minutes. Oh,
They've woken up.
both teams will be so disappointed in the defending, you know. And you know, you see the excitement from the 3rd goal from Carlow IT, and I'm going. I remember, don't get involved. Get everyone back. Keep everyone back. Get organised. See the game out. He's going to drop this one in.
It's set forward again by Murphy.
Good ball.
It came off a hand, but not whistled up. Not called as deliberate. Hand was down by the side, perhaps. Here's Murphy lost out.
Here's the pace.
Carlow will try and get it away. Let's see if Barnes can get out of the blocks again. That's really assured by Sean McCormick in the UL goal. What a game suddenly. Here's Jason Murphy for IT Carlow. Barnes is wide.
Here's
Season opening.
Wrong option.
Chance to get Sean Hurley in. This could
Touch,
go
great
anyway.
touch. Oh, unlucky.
Might not be done with the 5 goals in the 90 minutes, because here
That's
goes
a free kick,
free kick
And a
outside
yellow,
the box.
could be yellow card, Will.
Will be. It is going to be another caution, and that is against the number 4, Sean Manley.
Here we go, Murphy with the delivery maybe again. He's out there. Sean McSweeney beside him. What can they conjure up here between them? Sullivan is going to kick the ball.
8 minutes to go.
You've got to make sure somebody gets round the back post, that it doesn't beat everyone. Sometimes you just take a chance, get round the back, and just tap one back across. It's a little tap in. Looks like Sean McSweeney does it.
He's the lone candidate for it. Free kick for UL. Sean McSweeney goes for it. Straight at Kowalczyk, who needed 2 attempts, but he kept it out.
Great technique, Will. Great technique. He's got good pace on it. Kowalczyk has done well. He got his feet right.
Good free kick. It was on target. Bit of venom about it.
Good defending.
Might have to do a little bit more now. As IT Carlow look to open it up down the right-hand side with Mark Biran of Wexford FC. Given away.
Yellow card again.
He'll be booked for it. Frustration's just beginning to build.
Little bit of frustration.
That is their 3rd yellow, and UL have had 1.
IT Carlow have 6 across the back now. They just need to keep a shape.
Mark Baran receives the yellow card. Oisin Kelly replaces Alan Murphy for UL, and that is their 5th change. Oisin Kelly is wearing 13. Six minutes to go. Here come IT Carlow again in the centre. Barnes is there. He has support wide. It's open for Jason Murphy. Well, a 4th goal probably would have wrapped it up.
Great ball by Barnes, I have to say. Good build-up play down the left-hand side again. Between Doyle and Barnes. He's picked a lovely ball out from behind. Jason Murphy probably found himself in a position he's not used to being in. I think he's just got a rush of blood to the head, Will. A little bit of panic stations. Alan Murphy gone off for UL. Injury? Don't know. Maybe there's something that we don't know, Will, but he's a guy that could always pull something out of the bag for you.
Well, it's that first Saturday of April in which he's involved for Regional United in the Junior Cup semi-final. I think there's an appeal somewhere along the way as well that I've just seen this evening about that, but I was concentrating on this game. But anyway, at the moment, everything is still on that opening weekend.
Here's McCartan taking the throw. We haven't seen too much of him in the last 20 minutes. He's just dropped off and he's nearly played an orthodox right full for IT Carlow now at this stage.
Bit of room for Liam McCartan, and he has the throw. In terms of Athlone clubs, St Peter's and Willow Park have had a couple of very good runs the past 3-4 years in the Junior Cup. Now, change for Carlow. Kyle McCarthy comes on. He's going to replace Jason Murphy for the final 4 minutes. Kyle McCarthy of Middleton in East Cork won the Munster Senior League last season. Very good setup there as well in the Ireland Colleges International. From Salt Hill, Devon, Jason Murphy has been withdrawn. 4 minutes to go. IT Carlow 3-2 up, and they're on the offensive. Dean Kelly setting up Danny Doyle, and Kelly is offside. Wouldn't have counted anyway. Flag was straight up on the near side from Paul Malone. Cross, deep one, headed away. And Carlow still hanging on, and they are hanging on now. It's been a 5-goal thriller so far. 2.5 minutes to go. For now, 2.5 minutes to go. Loads of room suddenly for UL. This is Lynch. Doherty, good cross. They're smothering the attack. It's put wide again for Oisin Kelly. Has support from Ryan Doherty here, and he won't get it. Now, there's only 2 at the back. Carlow have got 2 forward here as well.
Oh, he's close. That's close.
Offside! And he put the ball in the net as well.
Yellow card, maybe. No, it looks really close, Will. Looking for the hat-trick. That was close.
UL continuing to press. It's a good whack away. It's brought away by Mark Baran. And now Carlow, having been caught on a very tight one a few moments ago. We've had another look at it, obviously, with the naked eye. That's how the call is made. He looked on, but we've had to have a second look at that. In the last minute, UL still have got chances, having won the Harding Cup. It's their 3rd major cup final of the season in the men, beaten in the Collingwood Cup final, having not won it before. Now here they are in the league decider, having won it once previously in 2009. He'll be gathered by Sean McCormick, and he'll want to get it away as far as possible, but accurately up the pitch. That was majestically won. Right in the middle of the fence. Man, he's worked so hard tonight. Jack Lynch into stoppage time now, but how much stoppage time? Here's Ed O'Dwyer. It's a deep one. He's gone right in front of goal. This is a big chance for Adam Foley to send us into extra time. We'll have 3 added minutes, and had he got that, you could have added 20 onto it.
He wasn't offside either, Will. There's a nice little touch on. He's just come inside the defenders. He's just taken his eye off. What an opportunity. Not offside. Absolutely not offside. Oh, Hurley's been done easy enough there.
That'll be Kowalczyk's.
Kowalczyk has done well tonight. Carton has done well. Well, I thought Dean Kelly's been really, really good in midfield. And the 2 boys up top have been excellent. They've worked really, really well together.
Okay, let's tempt fate. 2 minutes of stoppage time to go. Who's going to be your Rustlers man of the match?
As I said, you know, I like Dean Kelly in midfield. I thought McCartan's done well. Danny Doyle done well. And for me, Shane Barnes with the 2 goals. He might have got a hat-trick. He's worked his socks off all night. And just being replaced now.
Yeah, he's coming off now to be replaced by Calvin Nolan.
I love his pace, his energy. He knows his game. He's worked his socks off for the team. And for me, I just managed to give it to him because he got the goals. I was really impressed with Dean Kelly in midfield. He's done a lot of work for them in midfield. Shane
Barnes, the Rustlers man of the match. Unless it goes to extra time, of course. It's back for Ed O'Dwyer. He's got a bit of room. Making even more of it. There's only 70 seconds of stoppage time at the moment remaining. It's running into trouble. All Carlow have to do is get it away, eat some seconds up.
Good ball by Lynch.
Some room for Oisin Kelly. Great cross by Kelly. Free kick for IT Carlow in the last minute of stoppage time.
McCallion just trying to force it there. It's a good ball by Lynch. He's got out wide. Oisin Kelly, decent ball. Might have been a bit harsh. There. Carlow will be happy enough with the free kick. He's going to take his time. Kowalczyk. I think this one will be getting dropped somewhere wide. Not down the middle. Oh, he's gone straight down the middle with it.
Free kick to IT Carlow. The 3 minutes are just about up, but it's always a minimum.
Hurley's looking for a quick one. This one will be just dropped into the corner on the right hand side here. He's just trying to drop in where the corner flag is. No, he's gone to the left hand side. He's got a throw in now. Clever.
They're eating up the seconds.
Tom Ems is down there. He just wants the final whistle to blow.
And any second now it will. Goal kick. This is it from a UL point of view.
I look down at Ian Sullivan there. You know, they were so close in the Collingwood will. You know, they were never out of the match. They've come back into the game. They'd be so disappointed they started the game so slow. Maybe there's one chance left.
Adam Foley. IT Carlow win it! A classic! 3-2! What a win in the end for them. They scored after 70 seconds through Danny Doyle. Shane Barnes made it 2 late in the first half, but then what a fight back from University Limerick. It went frenetic. Ed O'Dwyer got one back on 77. Barnes got his second. Carlow's third immediately after that, and then University Limerick in their next attack 60 seconds later made it 3-2 through Conor Whittle. 2 from Barnes, the man of the match, 1 from Danny Doyle, the 2 highest scorers for IT Carlow in the competition, and they win the Rustlers CUFL Men's Premier Division decider. IT Carlow 3, University Limerick 2. Yeah, fantastic final.
I have to say, 20 minutes into the second half, Will, it looked as if it went flat, but then it came alive. And you just thought UL were going to come back into it. You know, the Cardinals in, they've got the goal, and then they conceded straight away, and then you think that's, you know, a lesson to be learned. From the tip-off, UL nearly scored from the tip-off, and Carlow IT have nearly let them back into the game. As I said, you know, the likes of Kelly in midfield for Carlow IT was good. The 2 boys up top, great combination play between them, great energy between them. Hurley always had a little bit on the left-hand side. Didn't do enough in the game for me to be in contention for man of the match, but played well enough. But McDade got around the pitch in midfield for them. Jason Murphy sat in front of the back three, and they just looked a little bit more organised than UL at times. I thought O'Dwyer done okay for them. Alan Murphy in and out of the game, probably didn't get enough supply of the ball. And
it's party time for Carlow already. Well, they won the rugby, the 3rd level rugby last year. Well, they've got the football. It's their 4th triumph this decade. They've done it 3-2.
Well done, Carlow. But I feel for UL, 2 finals, Will. You know, they've put so much into the season. It's been a long season for them. And well done, Carlow, but unlucky to UL, yeah.
We're going to nip downstairs for the presentation. But absolutely, just a belting final. It was memorable, it was definitely that. Fourth time this decade that IT Carlow have won the league.
Thanks very much. Thank you. Okay. Hello, 1, 2.
It is on, everyone can hear you.
Oh, kinda. Okay. All right, my name's Terry McCauley. I'm chairman of the Colleges and Universities Football League. Okay, just before we start the presentation of the medals, can I just say that well done to both teams on first of all, reaching the final. You've both had great seasons in college and university football, but well done for both of you for reaching the final. It's tough starting way back in October and getting here to the Premier League final. Can I also say well done on providing a tremendous game tonight. It was really exciting. It really, really was exciting. And commiserations to Limerick, but I know you're disappointed, but you've got nothing to be disappointed about. You should be proud of yourselves coming back like that in the second half and really putting it up to IT Carlow. Well done to Carlow. Tremendous victory tonight. Okay. Just before I make the presentations, there are a number of people very quickly that I have to thank. We've got to thank Athlone Town Football Club for putting at their disposal these magnificent facilities. Also, our sponsors, Rustlers. Look, without sponsorship, we wouldn't be able to put together these leagues and carry it through to the final tonight. And also to thank the people, particularly Dylan McGuire and Mark Scanlon and Diane Fay within the FAI. Thank you. Okay, and just so that we're going to make a presentation now to very important people throughout the season, and that's the officials, the referees. And I want to thank them tonight for their efforts tonight, and I want to come up and present. I'd let them come up and I'll present them with something. Okay, and obviously, well, we always have a player of the game award. Very close tonight. Lots of people in contention, particularly, you know, in the second half when everybody was putting it in really, really hard. But the winner of the player of the match award is Shane Barnes. Okay, as I say, both teams have had great seasons. Limerick, I know you've reached 3 finals, won 1, I understand, lost 2, but you know it has been a great season, and you can certainly kick off from here for next season again. So commiserations to Limerick, and look, lads, give them a round of applause. It's a tremendous fight. Come on. Okay, so in the tradition, as usual, I'd like to congratulate IT Carlow. We should all give them a round of applause, and can I have the captain coming up last? Well done.
I think actually from an IT Carlow point of view that ended up being a lot more thrilling than they wanted. Coasting at 2-0 up. Liam McCartan had a magnificent final tonight. Jason Murphy, centre of defence. Kieran McDade, Mark Baran, who came off the bench. Goal and Valchik as well. Terrific final, actually. Ewell with 2 dramatic late goals. Johnny, to make a final of this in the end, really.
You know, it looked as if it was just going to go flat in the second half. 20 minutes into the second half, Carlow team, you know, the two wing backs hadn't pushed on. They were settling, they were managing the game out, as we'd say. But in fairness to UL, they hung in well, and we started to hang in. You got the goal, and then the more, you know, conceding a quick goal, then they get a goal back. So it went to the wire to 3 minutes in the end. The chance, you know, IT Carlow might have felt a bit harsh. You know, if I had went to a draw next time, they probably just done enough for me overall. Will they're together. They work every day together down in Carlow IT, and it showed there tonight their organisation and their plan. This is the part I hate, Will, the champagne. You know, when it rolls into your eyes, I don't like it.
Kieran McDade, the last to receive his winner's medal. Follow them up to Carlow. Carlow have won the league for the 4th time this decade. That actually ended up being more exciting than they wanted. They were 2-0 up, it was perfectly, and then it wasn't.
No, you know, it looked as if they had the game well in control. They even came out in the second half, Will, and they looked as if they were going to cruise to the victory. But you know what? They said always in the game, they just needed that third goal. Threat with front, and Hardy on the left wing, McCartan on the right wing. But they made it a little bit more difficult than I said it should have been. Just happened over the season as well done to them.
Cracking win for them. Final. Let's grab a few people then. Mine's Kovalcic. Can we grab a word? Well, you've won the league. Ended up being a lot tighter than you were hoping for.
Yeah, look, mistakes happen, but the boys dug out, gave me a dig out, big dig out in particular, and honestly I couldn't thank them enough.
I mean, without a doubt, and I mean, you did concede twice, but at the other end, pretty much in quick succession, Carlow did the job.
Yeah, 100%. Look, as I said, the boys were brilliant. You watched the game yourself, and honestly, credit to the boys.
Well done.
Thank you.
Nice one. Let's speak to the boss, actually. Tom Elms is here. Congratulations. Well done. 3-2. It's just like the quarter-final, just like the semi-final. High scoring all the way.
Yeah, look, we've shown in the previous rounds we're a team full of character. And I think we played it just as it was. It was a tough final, and you just got to play it the way it is. We got on the score sheet early, and we just had to...
You were saying?
We just had to manage that really well. Then we just had to make sure that we, you know, managed the game as best as we could, played it the right way, playing the right manner, try and play in behind them when we could. But we knew what they're about. They love getting the ball in the box, playing over the top. So we had to manage those long balls, and we did for the majority of the game. Switched off for 5 or 10 minutes there when they got back into it. But I think overall we managed the game really, really well, and we probably were the stronger team at the end of the day, I think.
I mean, you've won the league. It's the 4th time this decade. I guess as a boss, you're just a bit frustrated those 2 goals went in.
Yeah, like we do pride ourselves on being defensively quite solid, and a little bit frustrating. I mean, Mars owns up to the second one. He come out, he thought he'd get a hand on it. But look, I think it was just a moment of switching off. We dealt with the ball into the box so well for the majority of the game. So it was a little bit disappointing, but look, that's football, you concede. But we responded really well, went up there and stuck one away ourselves. So.
A lot of hard work for this.
Yeah, a lot of hard work. A lot of it goes into it. Some of the boys now are in 4th year of college, and like I said, some of these are the things that you remembered. You know, it's important that you enjoy these moments in college football. So,
well done. Dry off.
Yeah, I will. And yourself.
Thanks, Tom. Congratulations. Well done. See if we can grab the skipper, actually. Kieran McDade. That was a final and a half.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Like, I was talked too long the last time, but no, just I'm nearly cursing, sorry, but no, just brilliant. We've been excellent all year. We played these boys throughout the year. They turned us over, and probably the best thing happened to us because it gives a real wake-up call at the start of the year, and we just got better and better and better. Quarter-final, semi-final, you thought we were out of it twice, scoring last-minute goals into the final, and we knew it was our year because last year we got hard done by, and now this year we finally got the one. So delighted, absolutely over the moon.
Because that was your only defeat in the league as well.
Yeah, it was the only defeat in our league, and then we got defeated in the cup, which was a big blow for us. So we were thinking, oh, what's going to happen? But we've been like the boys have been outstanding all year. The specialist, big man. Get in.
And a man of the match as well. What a performance in the end, Shane Barnes, 2 goals.
Yeah, delighted. First half we were clinical and we were on top, but then second half we didn't manage the game properly at all, and then Limerick came back on top, and then when we got the third goal I thought we were going to see out the game. Then they scored straight away, shoot mistake by us, but thankfully then we went on money.
Obviously it means a lot to get to the summit. It had been a few years, about 3 years since Carlow had won this last.
Yeah, last year we lost on penalties to UCC in the semi-final, so we knew, like, the year before that we lost last minute goal against DCU, so this year it was just all about, we're after getting more mature, like, as a team, and then obviously we're much more clinical this year as well.
How is it that IT Carlow, as a regional institute, are just so good across so many sports?
I'll have to ask Tom Elms and Luke Hardy for that. I don't know.
But quality at football this year, especially, I mean, a 4-4 draw against Maynooth in the semi-finals, high-scoring semi-final. You did the same here. I mean, you may be conceding goals, but you're putting them away as well.
As a team, we have a lot of character. Like, we went down 3-1 against Maynooth in the quarter-finals, came back 3-3, went on penalties. Then UCC, we were down 1-0, 2-1. Then we came back last minute winner as well to win 3-2. And then today we show a big character as well to see out the game.
Nice one. Well done.
Thanks a lot.
So there we go then. IT Carlow taking the league title, and I mean, in the end, pretty much, Johnny, they deserved it. I know that as the game was wearing on, UL were frustrating you a little bit at times.
They were, because I kept saying it. IT looked as if they had a plan. I heard Tom saying it, that he had a pace and he could get in behind. You know, they were happy enough to defend. UL didn't have enough about them in relation to what way they were playing. They didn't solve a few problems. They didn't ask Carlow IT enough questions until later on in the game, and maybe one of them came through a mistake. But overall, they were probably a better unit, a better player, individual players. That doesn't always get you over the line, but today it did for IT Carlow.
And the thing is as well, I mean, it was a great brace as well. They got their top 2 scores in the competition, finding the net, which is actually really what you want to do. But I mean, Kowalczyk had a very busy night in goal and was really decent. Yeah, and he admitted he came for the last one. I think he punched everything, caught everything, caught a right few corners just prior to that. He was confident coming to collect the ball all night long, and he just missed the one that let UL back into it. But look, you know, the 2 boys up top, you know, were brilliant tonight with their pace and their clinical finishing, and you know, Barnes getting the 3rd goal there. He took his time, talking about a bit of character. He could have snatched at it, he could have put it over the bar. He's clinical in his finishing, and you know, he looks a bit of a player for me. And I mean, overall, the competition this year, right across the board, the men's and women's CUFL finals, the CFAI, Collingwood Cup, standards, absolutely tremendous. Yeah, and I like, from coming into looking at it from last year, obviously the standards have come up, you know, looking at the different teams, even UL getting to the 2 finals, I said, you know, our own lads in DCU, I have to give them a mention as well, but we've got lots of lads playing at high level around the country and playing in these competitions, which, as I said, it can only be good for the Universities League, you know. It has been a fantastic season. Thank you very much for joining us for it, and see you next year. School's out for summer. Bye-bye.